are the reasons why you should watch RPM tonight. Formula One has a new champion. You don't just need to know who, but why the champ is the champ, and why this driver is not. The Craftsman trucks we're running will get a status check on their points, and a tight fight for the Winston Cup title with just 3 races to go. Kenny Bernstein tries to nail down a record in NHRA. You'll get everything from the weekend, like this. And this. And that. Where would you find it? But on RPM tonight. It's next.
Hello and welcome, Auto Nuts. I was just getting organized there. It's another RPM tonight. We'll all pile in the pickup trucks real soon, but first up, title time in Formula One. The Williams-Renault team already owned the Constructors' Championship before the Grand Prix of Japan, so then this race was to see which of its drivers would get the larger trophy. Damon Hill needed only a 6th or better for a clinch, while his teammate Jacques Villeneuve needed a combination of a win and a 0-point drive by Hill. The rest of the math is even easier. This was their final drive together as Williams teammates because Hill's been fired, title or not. And here we go to Japan. There is the pole sitter Damon Hill getting ready, trying to clinch the title. Jacques Villeneuve, another gratuitous driver in pre-race shots, and Japanese fans have learned the way. They're all in line, and away they go. Except for Jacques Villeneuve. Didn't get out well. Damon Hill did. The great start, but Villeneuve struggled off the line and dropped way back to 6th coming off the first corner. Look at it again. Another view from on high. Villeneuve just spinning the wheels there up front and letting everybody on flying through. Tough break for Jean Alesi coming up early. Lap 1, Alesi. He got nicked and he's up and into the wall. The car pretty much ripped apart. But Alesi's okay. Of course, he didn't continue racing because the car ain't going anywhere. Back up front now, anxious moment for the race leader, Damon Hill. Gerhard Berger, he makes a move for the lead, but Hill cuts him off just like that. Berger's car needs a new nose wing. He suffered a little bit of damage there, but Hill was not hurt whatsoever. He's undamaged and remains running real strong. Hill way out in front, Jacques Villeneuve trying to close the gap, but he was about 8 seconds back at this point, not getting much ground covered here. Villeneuve trying to make a move now, going to pass Eddie Irvine for 4th, but Irvine holds him off right there. A bit later, same part of the race course, Villeneuve makes the same move again. This time, dives inside, and he grabs the 4th spot from Irvine with that. Defending F1 champ Michael Schumacher, he was running in 2nd, trying his best to run down Hill, but he couldn't close the gap. He'll continue to outclass the field. To lap 36, Villeneuve running in 4th, but not running in 4th for very much longer, because watch the right corner of your screen and now watch front of your screen. He's lost his wheel, tires going with it, and up and into the stands, ground rule double. Hopefully they're all okay up there. We didn't get a report on that. Frank Williams looking on, can't believe what he sees of his driver that he's keeping for next season. Simply comes off. The wheel's gone, and so is Jacques Villeneuve from the points race. So he's out of it, and right then, Damon Hill had clinched the title, but he'd go on to do much more than that. Wouldn't win the championship with the back door. Eddie Irvine, a good run going. He was in 4th until Gerhard Berger gave him a little bit of a nudge. Wasn't it Berger who almost gave Hill a nudge earlier? We'll watch it again from in-car, what a mess this collision was. Berger and Irvine, they come together on the repeat. Back up front, it's Hill in style. He led the entire race, 52 laps, 8th win of the season, and he's the man. He is the champion of Formula One. Damon Hill, competing like his father. You see Damon Hill excited after the race, getting the champagne bath. It's always the good champagne. So Hill did much more than he had to for the title, gets his 8th win of the season. Michael Schumacher, the 2-time defending champion, ended up 2nd in this race. Then Mika Hakkinen, Gerhard Berger, and Martin Brundle make the top 5. Heinz-Harald Frentzen was next. He, of course, will replace Hill on the Williams team next season. Panis, Coulthard, Biacello, and Herbert, they made up the rest of the top 10. Now here's the champ, Damon Hill.
After 67 Grand Prix and 21 wins, you've finally done it. Has it sunk in yet?
No, it's all too much. I'm sorry, I just can't really put it into words how I feel. I mean, I don't know. When I got the word that Jack was out, it threw me for a while because I just couldn't really sort of take it all in as I was driving. But I wanted to win the race for Williams, and so I'd like to dedicate this my final victory and my final drive with the Williams team, the Rothmans Williams Renault team, to everyone at Williams and also to Renault. But if you don't mind, I'll take the championship myself.
To finally be on the winning car is like unbelievable. I know how Damon must be feeling because for the mechanics, Bob Davis, Paul West, Matt White, We've worked really hard all year, and it's just sensational. And I think Damon thoroughly deserves the championship because we've won 8 races, and I think it's terrific.
What did you say to Damon when he came back here after the race?
Oh, great job. He drove superbly the whole season. Much better than he did in the past, so he's a worthy champion.
So the final driver standings go like this. It's Hill getting his first Formula One title with 19 points of separation between Hill and Jacques Villeneuve, running second in his rookie season to follow up last year's IndyCar title. The two-time defending champ Michael Schumacher ended up third. Then Jean Alesi and Mika Hakkinen, they went 4 and 5. Berger was sixth for the season, then David Coulthard, Rubens Barrichello, Olivier Panis, and Eddie Irvine. You know, and you have our man Derek Bell for the F1 analysis he's offered all season long. He called the Japan race also, and now he calls it like he sees it to sum up 1996.
Well, thanks, Kenny, very much. In my opinion, it's the story, really, of 3 manufacturers, and that's Williams, Ferrari, and, of course, Benetton. But more to the point, it's the story of 3 drivers, and I think that really was Jacques Villeneuve, Damon Hill, and, of course, Michael Schumacher. Schumacher, with Ferrari, it's his first year. They had a great belief in him. They put a lot of money into him, and he actually molded that team around him to become a very competitive team. Then, of course, we had Jacques Villeneuve. Well, Jacques was a rookie to Formula One this year, and he came in, obviously, with an IndyCar title behind him, but Formula One is different. And although his first race was outstanding, he sort of went into a little bit of a reclusion during mid-season. And as the season progressed, of course, he had to learn the new circuits. That took time, and he'd actually lost some of its edge as far as we were concerned. Damon Hill, on the other hand, he'd been with Williams. This was his 4th year. He had to go out and win the title. He knew that his position probably wasn't too stable with Williams for the future. He did terribly well in the first early races of the season. Mid-season, again, he had some lousy starts, which of course, gave Jacques Villeneuve that chance to catch him up somewhat. But right at the end of the year, Damon came on really strong. But of course, he's off to Arrows, TWR Arrows for next season. That'll be quite a culture shock for him. A great team, nonetheless, a great future. But of course, he's going to have to do a lot of development. For Jacques Villeneuve, he'll be the #1, along with Heinz-Harald Frentzen at Williams. And of course, Jacques knows all the circuits now. There'll be no excuses for him at all. And I think you're going to see him really come on strong. Schumacher again. He, of course, is with Ferrari. They'll be producing yet another car and, of course, a modified engine, and we'll be seeing just how well he goes next year. I think it'll be a great season. I look forward to 1997 very much. Thank you, Kenny.
Well, and thank you for filling it up, Derek. Damon Hill's headed to the TWR Arrows team next season, but before that occurs, we'll take another look at his great title run of 1996. That's coming up a bit later in this TV show. Pickup truck ride. The points leader, Ron Hornaday, took his Chevy to the pole in the Ford Dealer 300. The nerve of some people. Let's look at that race out in Bakersfield, California, and away they go. Lap 33, Ron Hornaday, the pole sitter, going after Jack Sprague, could eat no fat on the outside, and he gets back into the lead. Lap 68, now Hornaday and Jack Sprague going after each other again. It's Sprague this time. He makes the long pass on the inside, and he's up in front on lap 68. To lap 72, we move ahead 4 laps. Hornaday, he's right back after him. He passes Sprague on the inside. Scary moment, lap 185. Toby Butler on the track, he's got trouble. Hit from behind by Rick McRae, and now Butler's car is in flames. The replay shows you why it happened. Notice Jack Sprague. He passes Butler. McRae behind him did not notice. Sprague had blocked the view of McRae, and McRae comes flying up, makes the impact. Rick McRae went to the hospital. He's okay. Both drivers checked out fine. Lap 246. Now Hornaday going after Sprague again on the inside, and he's got the lead. To lap 292, Sprague and Rich Bickle are into each other. They slide across the infield. That results in a caution, and on the restart, away they go. Mike Skinner going after Hornaday. On the outside, gets his first lead of the race, and Skinner didn't give it up. He led the final 2 laps. Gets in front in a wild race. Skinner hangs on to win the Ford Dealers 300. Skinner gets his 8th win of the season, 16th career in the series. The points leader Ron Hornaday was second, followed by Joe Ruttman, Mike Bliss, and Jack Sprague, who can eat no fat. Now here's the winner, quite exhausted after all that mess.
I'm not going to go till 20 to go. I said, I think I'm just going to lay back here. And Will said, yeah, go ahead. Show us what you got. Go to the front. I didn't think I had a prayer. We struggled worse than we did last year. And this thing seems to be the last 20 laps or so, you let the reins out, and this thing just, like a wild horse, it likes to go to the front.
I'll give Mike Skinner them 10 points. He deserved them. I took 5 from him last week. The truck wasn't rolling through the middle of the corner. I had to hook the tires, and I overheated the brakes. Come that last 10 laps, we did not lead that yellow.
All right, there's the sound after the race. Here are the points results as we know them, just handed me, in fact. Ron Hornaday leads Mike Skinner by 86 points. 2 races to go in the season.
Jack Sprague is in third. He is 133 behind. They race again October 26th at Phoenix. And away we go to the rest of the show. We're coming right back for still more on RPM tonight. Stay with us. There's ASA action to be had in Jennerstown, PA. Big pig pile there. And what of Sunday's all-pro racing? A big pig pile here as well. Deep in the heart of Texas, Kenny Bernstein was trying to go deep into the record books. Hang on, find out if he's back. Sheaf Auto Parts Nationals in Dallas. NHRA, they're off. Pro Stock, Jim Yates. Far lane going after Kurt Johnson, and he got him. 7.00, 196 and change. And Yates clinches the season title with that run. Funny car. Dave Puldy subbing for Whit Bazemore, who broke his leg 2 weeks ago. And they're off. He beat John Force in the semis. Then he takes on Cruz Pedregon, and he got him. And the parachute works, too. 303 miles per hour and change. Top Fuel, they're in line. They're racing. Corey McClenathan, far lane against Scott Coletta. And it's McClenathan getting the line first. He is the man in Top Fuel. A key note here regarding the Top Fuel class. Kenny Bernstein made it halfway to a new speed record when he went 318 and change on Saturday, but in his first run Sunday, he did not come within 1% to validate. The winner Sunday, Corey McClenathan, funny car, Dave Puldy, as we said, and Pro Stock Jim Yates. Now the points, they go like this. 3 titles have been clinched with a single race to go. Kenny Bernstein, he is the man in Top Fuel. It's John Force, he wrapped it up a long time ago in funny car. And Jim Yates, as we said, he's the man in Pro Stock. Only Pro Stock bike in question, where John Myers is leading Dave Schultz. ASA in Jennerstown, PA, it was nutty. Look at this, Steve Holthausen and Tom Jones, they're into each other, and then the cars are falling apart. It's not good. Jones in a lot of trouble up against the wall, water spraying all over the place. Both the guys okay, the car's not okay, so they're all done. Lap 378, Tom Harrington, middle of the race course. He is not driving fast. Now he's ahead. The leader, Mike Eddy, goes right into him, and that puts Mike Miller on into the lead. The question is, would he hold it? The answer is yes. Rounding the last turn, it's Miller staying in front of Bob Seneker, and he gets the checkered flag. He wins in a Pontiac. The points, Tony Raines finished 20th on Sunday with electrical trouble, and that gives him problems with his points lead. It was reduced from 108 to 53 as Gary St. Amant has closed a lot of ground. Just one race left in ASA. Now on to the Slim Jim All-Pro Series from Nashville, and they're off. This is the 34 car of Bobby Hamilton. He was not much of a factor, but this kind of stuff was. It was a day of caution. Listen. That there was an accident. Brian Ball drilling Conrad Burr, both drivers okay. And then there's Nipper Alsop's tire, kind of like Jacques Villeneuve, but different. And another caution. And now it's Sammy Sanders, 10 and 2, or not. He's sliding, he's up into the wall, he's also okay. 15 cautions. The race did have a winner. Wayne Anderson getting home first. He's the man. The all-pro points go this way. Mike Cope lengthened his lead over Toby Porter by getting home 6th on Sunday, while Porter was way back in 38. 2 races remain in this season. Still more. Hey, earlier we quizzed you. Who is the only driver to win the F1 title, the Indy 500, in the 24 hours of Le Mans? He's Damon Hill's dad, the late Graham Hill. This year, Mario Andretti tried to pull it off, but he was 13th at Le Mans. Damon Hill needed a single point, a measly 6th place, but instead he closed the F1 season with a win for his first title. That makes 8 wins and 10 podium finishes for him in '96, and here he is with James Allen.
It's official, Damon Hill is the world champion. Damon, many, many congratulations. It was a tough race as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a tough circuit. You know, there's a lot of corners here. It's quite physical, and I had to push all the way to try and maintain an advantage over the guys behind. It was Mika at first, and then Michael.
You never doubted yourself. Many other people doubted you. What's your message for them?
I'd just say never give up, you know, because it's a tough road, this championship, and all the way along the road there are people are saying, you know, maybe he can't do it, maybe he can, and that's just the way things are, you know. And I just put my head down this year and got on with it and tried to ignore. I didn't read the papers. I just didn't really try and pay too much attention to what others might be saying, and just got on with the job. And I set out to enjoy myself, and now I really am.
You're the first son of a former world champion to win the championship yourself. What does that mean to you?
That's just something else that would come with time, you know, that I'm really proud to have actually had added another championship to the Hill name, though.
What are you going to do now for the rest of the evening?
I'm just going to celebrate.
And you should for some time. That's the view from the top. Here are the mini views. of others who aim to be their next season. A who's who and what was what from the 1996 run.
How many marks out of 10 then do you give yourself in 96 season?
Zip. 0, 0.
There was disappointment at Silverstone. You know, I'd like to have won the British Grand Prix.
Oh,
Hill is off.
Unbelievable.
Hill's car just... Now Damon Hill goes straight on at the chicane. His car just blew up in the tunnel.
There was disappointment at Monaco. I would like to have won the Monaco Grand Prix, and I think that I will give myself 10 out of 10 when I win the championship.
The lows I haven't won any Grand Prix, and highs, well, I finished a couple of times in the podium, which is a great thing, and particularly this season for me has been excellent, because I had a big shunt last year and I have personally recovered from that 100%. If you ask for me, it's a definite 10 plus.
I think the highs, I think for us and probably the team, were obviously Monaco, because of obviously the third place there and fourth place with Heinz Harold.
And this is the first time this year in the points for Johnny Herbert.
I think for the whole season, even, you know, counting the 3 or 4 races at the beginning of the year, I think a 7 to 8 is probably something reasonable.
I think I learned a lot from the beginning of the year until now. I think my mind's completely different, and it's difficult to put points for yourself, but I think I did a decent job, something like 7, 8, maybe.
The high point was definitely leading in Imola. Managed to hold on to lead for 20 laps, and that was fantastic. Felt like the 95 season again. And the low point, I think, was really the first race in Melbourne. I started from the pit lane and was running second last, and then retired, and that was a pretty bad way to start the season. Maybe only 6 out of 10.
All right, thanks, James. I think we got everybody at Ukyo Kachiyama in that interview. The Constructors' title was won long ago. The 1-2 punch of Hill and Villeneuve gave it to Williams-Renault, of course. The 105-point margin over Ferrari is the second largest ever. McLaren beat Ferrari by 134 points back in 1988. Ferrari's been runner-up in the top 3 biggest spreads. We're coming right back on RPM with a look to the final 3 Winston Cup events.